Hello guys, Scotty Senior here again, back for another one. This was a FIA manufacturer race at Interlargus. I've managed to stick it on pole for this one. We stole a wee bit of slipstream from Mr. PG Motorsport, which worked out mighty fine. Let's go on board. As we take off, we were pretty nervous. We didn't feel like we were the fastest in this room. We would have been over the moon with a top 5, as we are number 10. So a top 5 we'll get the team to throw us the pit party as usual, and we will be over the moon with that. We were a bit nervous these first. Well, especially the first lap, not the first few, but especially the first lap. Just trying not to be mauled. Mr. Motorsport, I do believe there was a compulsory hard tyre in this one. And I do believe Mr. Motorsport has started on the hard. And we're just trying to get those tyres heated up at the moment and not make any mistakes, as we're doing a bit of advertising for ourselves in the sexy livery. Not the sexiest livery now, but it is a damn good livery as well, from Mr. Tom, aka Blue Ukulele. Thank you ever so much, Tom. You've been making me all sorts of sexy liveries with a bit of advertising for the channel. Thank you very much. We're slowly but surely edging up there, bit by bit. Each time I do a wee stream, we'll get another couple. Hopefully we'll slowly but surely get there in the end. And there's a wee bit of a gap starting to open up behind us there. Not to the guy directly behind, but you see behind third place there's a wee bit of a gap. So already our nerves will be starting to settle down a wee bit. Concentrating more on not getting involved in any kind of incidents in this race. As I say, we were on pole, but we got a pretty good slipstream of Mr. PG Motorsport, so we were slightly faster than what we were meant to be. We should have been further down, so the fact that we've managed to stick it on the pole, we're over the moon. We're just concentrating on trying to stay out of the incidences. If a bottle of bubbly comes along at the end of the race for a top 3, that'll be fine. You can see here, we do not want to fight at all as we're coming up the hill here. We're staying nice and wide and giving them the inside, letting them know we're not going to fight it. We'll lift off, we're coasting, and we're just going to try and filter in behind Fabio and only lose the one spot, which we do the guy right on our arse. And now Fabio will give us that slipstream, which will protect us for another straight and pull us slightly further away from the guy in 4th, Mr. Jones. Fabio going defensive there, although we did not want it off Fabio. He clearly had a bit more pace on us. And we are just looking at top 5 here, and we will be over the moon. That was jump out. Boris still on us. Mr. Jones. There's not a huge gap, but there is a gap. again, beautiful views from this outside camera as I go back on board. And again, I think here you'll see, is he close enough? No, he's maybe not. Perhaps it isn't this lap. We'll go for a small skip. No, it's not this lap, so we're not going to give it up just yet. I'm still just clinging on to Fabio's slipstream, which is helping us. And the guy he's having a bit of patience behind us, which was good to see. Hopefully he was looking behind him as well and quite happy. I think we'll see as we come on round into this next wee hairpin. Not here, the after the next left-hander. We do see him on the radar, which we don't have now on the replay, of course, but we do see him on the radar going for that lunge, and we're not going to fight that at all. We're just wanting to lose as little time as possible. And again, we don't want it back off him here. He has been on our ass and we've not been able to shake him. As you'll see here, we came out, well, we're going to give him a nudge, but then we thought to ourselves, well no, we'll not give you a nudge, but we do. We'll give him it straight back. As you see here, we'll get the indicator on to let him know you can have it, and we don't lift off until he shows his nose, and then we'll lift off and let him have it. Although we did feel like he lost a lot of time around there. We felt like we went very slow around that corner, and Boris kind of judged his braking on us and the speed that we were going, so there was a small bit of time lost there for us. But hopefully Boris is going to help us now open up that gap and secure the third place for the minute. But here comes Mr. Jones and Mr. PG Motorsport in the background. We'll go for a quick skip as we just kind of sit here. And again, I would suspect that we're not going to fight this. As I said, top 5, and we're over the moon here. Oh, where's he gone? He's made a mistake. I didn't even know where that mistake came from. Let's watch Mr. Jones. What has he done? Oh, he's dropped a wheel. Is he heading? Does he head down the big hill, or does he keep it on? He must have got reset there. He has just vanished. Yes, there is away at the bottom, so he's been totally reset there. So that was quite handy for us. We never noticed, and we have followed the leader in there. We hemmed and hawed about whether we were going to come in, and then we seen the leader coming in. And the Jag team again looking outstanding in the green and white here today. I'm starting to get the feeling, if I didn't know this pit crew individually, Bobby and Jimmy and old Sam at the back wheel and all, if I didn't know them, they're that goddamn perfect. I almost feel like they're computerized or animated. They're too good, too perfect to be human. Perfection. And we've managed, that's another slice of luck. We've got out right before this big group here, and we'll continue to skip as there's nothing happening at the moment. We're still in a wee pocket of space by ourselves. Any other pitters? There's another pitter coming in this lap. We'll continue to skip. That brings us where we're going to come back out. Who's this coming out of the pit lane? I believe that was Boris. Right, so we're back. We've jumped Boris again up into the top 3. We'll continue that skip. Got a wee bit of a gap now on Boris with the cold tyres. and we are now on the hard tyres. And again, we'll skip this because we're not going anywhere. We're in a wee bit of space. And there you see Mr. PG Motorsport, who we now know as well. I don't know how we know. I think we must have seen him whenever he came into the pits, but we are aware at this point that Mr. Motorsport is on a better compound of tyres. Let's continue the wee skip. We'll have another wee skip. Now Mr. Motorsport making a move. Does he hold it? Does he hold it round the outside? That's surely going to be moved on now for Mr. Motorsport. It is indeed. And he makes his way up behind us. Now Mr. PG Motorsport, I do believe he's a YouTuber. He's pretty popular and pretty fast. I feel like he's faster than myself at the moment. Hopefully not forever, but right now he is faster. I'm gonna get the indicator on to let him know we do not want to fight you, sir. And again, take a nice big wide line and we'll lift off and coast and just try and filter in behind him and only lose that one spot, and then get another whole straight of slipstream. And there we can see Mr. PG giving us a flash of the hazards. I'm a flash of lights at him. So we're communicating on the track and understanding what's going on, which is always very helpful. You don't have to worry if there's any kind of communication on the track with a guy. Then you expect that guy is going to be very fair and very clean. We don't have to communicate with each other, you know. Any kind of communication from any driver at all is always a good sign. Even I believe if they're angry and they flash their lights, they're communicating in some sort of way. I'd rather have them flash my lights to tell me that they're angry than just lunge me or ram me. And here we go again. I'm sure Boris knows what the score is right now, because this has been where we've been doing it for everybody. We've got the indicator on. We're letting Mr. Boris know that go and take it, sir. And again, he's in the slipstream and we're watching him on the radar, and as soon as he lifts out, we'll lift off nice and early and let him take it, and we'll fall back. We're over the moon at this stage. We've fell back into a pretty big gap with about a 6 or 7 second lead on the guys. And there's Mr. Boris communicating back with us and saying thanks you. I do remember saying, not a problem, Boris, but let me tell you something, sir. If we're still this close on the last lap, I shall be wanting that shit back. Who would refuse a bottle of bubbly on the last lap? Certainly not me. Okay, we've no interest in going for it. We're just trying to stick as close as we can in case the opportunity does come along for that bottle of bubbly. Fabio out front, although Mr. PG is starting to track him down. Coming round to start the penultimate lap, and Boris drops a wheel. We almost followed him, and he disappears down that hill, and that is not Boris, it's I've been there before, sir. I feel your pain. Although in this race we had a good wee giggle at that. In this race, as soon as that happened and he dropped the wheel, we were like, go on, take yourself off down the hill for me, go on Boris, give me that bottle of bubbly. And he did, he obliged, and we're now just over the moon. we immediately know that, right, this is a battle of bubbly. Unless we throw this away dramatically, we're getting a battle of bubbly. And it could be more, because PG is catching Fabio, so we were slightly still hoping that there could be slightly more if these two get into a bit of a battle. Although they didn't. They were both clean with each other, no doubt, not wanting to throw it away, and that was their race, over and done with. We brought it home in third, and we got the non-alcoholic Battle of Bubbly. Although the non-alcoholic one for third place is the most pressurised Battle of Bubbly, so as you can try to blind the leader on the podium and squirt it in his eyes, along with the second place guy. You'll notice second place and third place never squirt each other in their eyes. They always gang up on the winner, and the winner, he has to smile, he has to pretend. We'll give the fans something at the end. Someone's going home with a piece of race car. Look at all the Jag team and all hanging on the pits. Brilliant. But yes, we Mr. Fabio, we just had to stand there and smile as he got blinded. So that was a good result for us, guys. I'll catch you next time. Thank you.